Hey, this is Saoirse Marie, and you're listening to After the Applause.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Please play ball.
Please.
Okay.
First.
So it's kind of when you're creating these kind of pieces of artwork, really.
Yeah.
When you're creating them, that allows you to have that final bit of closure
Literally.
from that episode.
This is such a cute setup.
Ain't it? What? Guys, that's real. What is it? EP, yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like you called it something else. Or did you say tape? Is that the same thing?
Yeah, like an EP. It's called Boundless.
Boundless. Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah. I think so.
We did agree on that before.
That could potentially be the name.
Perfect. Woo!
Woo!
Good luck in London.
Thank you.
You're going to be a huge success for sure.
Oh, thanks for having me on. Hey, this is Saoirse Marie, and you're listening to After the Applause.
This is After the Applause. Hiya guys, welcome back to After the Applause. This is episode 37 and we have a very special guest on today. My name is Saoirse Marie, if you don't know already, and this is a podcast highlighting and platforming underground artists, events, everything involved and related with the grassroots within the live music industry, specifically in the north of England. Now, considering this is a podcast highlighting the north of England, our next guest today is an artist that is based in the north of England. However, she's got plans. Well, she has moved to London. By the time this is out, she'll have moved down to London. So I was fortunate enough to catch up with Saoirse Marie, who is an R&B artist, up-and-coming R&B artist. She's just starting out and making big waves within the scene already at a young age. And when I first met her in person, she told me that she was planning to move to London very soon. And I was quite curious to find out why she was moving to London, whether it was because she didn't feel like she could get everything she needed here in the north, in Manchester, and felt like it was necessary for her career to go down to London. So we caught up, we had a discussion about her music career and her journey so far, and her reasons for moving to London, all in this episode. So let's get to it. Hiya guys, welcome back. We are here with the famous Saoirse Marie gracing the airwaves today. Thank you, Saoirse Marie, for coming. It's an honour to have you on.
Thank you for having me on.
So today, Saoirse Marie, we're going to talk a lot about you as an artist, your music career and your music, and the kind of community and the R&B scene. But my first question for you is, what was the first gig you ever went to?
Oh, the first gig that I did.
Not did, the first gig that you went to.
That I went to?
Yeah.
It was college, actually.
Okay.
And that was like
And you
2 years
performed at
ago.
that?
No, not the first one.
Okay.
I was just there watching. And then after that, I would perform at them. Like, I hadn't ever gone to concerts or anything, but yeah, never. My first concert was Party Next Door. And that was like last year.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So where did you kind of like get this kind of like desire to perform then?
I've always been singing. Like, before I could talk, I was always singing. I feel like from my granddad. My granddad was a singer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so probably from him. Also, my mum sings as well, but she was never like performing.
And was he a singer in Manchester?
Yeah, in Moss Side. He was a reggae singer.
Oh, wow,
yeah, he was
amazing.
quite known, yeah.
Did you ever, I'm guessing you never saw him perform, or?
No, actually, I saw like videos, but I never actually went to any of his performances. Not that I can remember anyway. Yeah, not that I can remember. But my mum would always show me videos and stuff, and I was like, oh my God. Do you know what I mean, when I was younger? Yeah.
I did a bit of deep diving on what I could find on you. There's not a lot about you on the internet, which I guess is kind of a good thing. But you kind of had a little bit of a small rebrand from Layla Maria to Lay Marie.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I think that was like when I was first getting into music, I was just trying to like feel things out. And then one day I was just like, Lay Marie, like that's what I want my artist name to be. Because that wasn't really my artist name. That was just what I was, because obviously Marie is my middle name, but I've shortened it Lay Marie.
Right.
Because I feel like it just rolls off the tongue. Yeah.
And what's the difference between these two characters, between these two kind of aliases, Layla Maria and Lay Marie?
I would say Lay Marie is more confident. Like, she knows what she wants. She knows what she's going to do. Back then, I was more just trying to see where I can go with it, and like if it was something that I really, really wanted to do type thing. But like Lay Marie is like, I know that this is what I want to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. So it's just kind of more assertive and kind of going for it in a way.
Literally, yeah.
When I've been listening to your music, it's very minimalist, and there's, when I say minimalist, I mean like there's kind of very few instruments and very few very few layering of instruments. And for me, when I listen to that and I listen to the kind of story you're telling with the music, it kind of heightens the rawness of the emotions that you're portraying in the music. Is that kind of your intention with it?
Do you know what? So the songs that I've got out now, I made those about 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
So I'm kind of just putting out my old stuff so I can bring people on like my journey with me.
Oh.
But the music that I have now is like, I'm experimenting. I'm trying to use different beats. Like, if you hear my music now, it's completely different to what I've got. I'm experimenting so much more. Back then, it was like, I knew the message I wanted to send, and it's like, I would use YouTube beats a lot. Now I have like a producer that can make the beats for me to how I want it. And I just love like different beats that just sound different. It's got just loads of layers to it. So. Okay,
amazing. So the music you're putting out now is kind of like the start of your journey, where you started kind of the rawness and the realness, and we're going to see a transformation soon. Okay, that's really exciting.
I'm so like tempted to post like my new music now though, but it's like, I feel like I do want to bring everyone on that journey with me. So.
Okay, and why do you want to bring everyone on that journey? What kind of benefits do you see with this?
I just want people to know like where I started from and how like it's going now. Do you know what I mean? Like the improvements and basically.
The songs you're putting out, you just said you wrote them a couple of years ago. You're quite young.
Yeah.
Are these songs first-hand experiences for you?
Yeah, you could say that. Like, they're not like about a specific person.
Okay.
It's more like experiences that I've put into one. Because everyone's always like, who you talking about, but it's never about like one person. It's just like experiences as a whole. Okay. And then that makes up the song.
Okay, because that really worries me about this generation.
Why?
It worries me because like people are leaving you feeling that way at such a young age. That's why I worry about this generation. I'm included in this generation. It's scary that it's like that. And the way you portray yourself in the music is so raw and real and very relatable. So it's kind of quite evident that it is to do with you, because otherwise it wouldn't be so obvious in the music.
Do you know what it is though? I feel things so much, like more than a lot of people, I would say. I feel things a lot. So I think that's why it comes across so, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So raw and
literally.
Like to the bone.
Yeah.
You've done a couple of collaborations that you've released recently, and there's one collab that you did, Difficult, with Craigville. Yeah. Craigville is an American artist, and so when I saw this, and the song's great, I love the song, but I was just kind of like, oh my God, she's international already. Yeah. So how did that collab happen?
So I think it was from TikTok. So I think, I'm not sure if I reached out to him or he reached out to me, but one of us reached out. Yeah, we were just like, oh, he'll send some beats and whatever, see what like I'm working with. So he sent a few beats. There was one in particular that I liked, the one from Difficult, and I was like, yeah, this is the one, like we're gonna do this one. Yeah, he wrote his verse And then, yeah, I kind of just went off the back of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so cool that TikTok was able to bring you together.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you've never met in person.
No.
That's crazy.
I know, but he did say he's going to come down soon.
With the R&B scene you're quite involved in Manchester, do you feel like there is a community within the R&B scene, or do you feel like it's kind of lacking within Manchester?
I do definitely feel like there is an R&B scene. I feel like I'm not too sure, because I'm kind of new into it, so I don't really know a lot within that R&B scene, but I do know that there is definitely a community.
Okay, and as a new artist, do you feel like the community's been quite welcoming towards you?
Yeah, I do. Like, everyone's always networking and like, yeah.
You're moving to London.
Yeah.
Is this for your music?
Yeah. So, well, I'm moving for uni.
Okay.
But that was my excuse to go to London and do my music. In uni, I'm going to do music anyway, but it's more so an excuse for me to go to London. I've always wanted to go to London and do my music.
Okay. And what are you kind of expecting from London that you feel you can't get in Manchester with your music?
I feel like it's just, I don't know, like, London's like the big city basically in the UK, do you know what I mean? I feel like there's a lot going on there within like the music scene, R&B scene as well. I feel like it would just be good to like network and meet like other creatives as well.
Obviously you're going for uni and everything and studying music as well. Do you think you plan to stay in London after uni and kind of carry on working there, or do you think you'll come back to Manchester and kind of bring your knowledge back with you?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I hope so. Like, I really do want to, but it just depends like how I'm feeling then. Right now I do want to be in London though.
Okay.
But yeah, it just depends.
And what was this kind of like desire to go to London? Where did that stem from?
I don't know. Something's always just told me like go to London and do music. I actually don't know. Like, I've always just wanted to go there.
Amazing. You don't have like family there or anything?
I do have some family there, not like a big amount, just like a few cousins and stuff, but yeah, something's just always just told me go to London.
What is the message and the purpose that you want people to understand about Saoirse Marie and your music?
I feel like I want them to be able to listen to my music as like a way of like healing, because for me, making my music is healing for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, the stuff that I go through that I write, it helps me to heal from it by like writing it. And do you know, like people say like journaling and stuff like that, like music is that for me. So I would want people to be able to listen to my music and feel at some sort of like peace and understanding. Do you know what I mean? Like a type of closure.
What is your kind of creative process when it comes to creating new music and songs? Like you were saying, you kind of use it as like a healing thing. Is it kind of like something happens, you write about it, and then you find the beat and then go from there? Or is it like, you know, for example, with Craigville, you heard a beat and then you write it? What's the kind of usual process for you?
So the usual process is I find the beat first and then I go from that. I do have a lot of lyrics, but I feel like it works better for me when I find the beat, or like I have a beat made around what it is that I want to say. Yeah, I feel like it just hits harder when I do it like that.
You've done a lot of performances in and around Manchester, and to kind of like quite a nice variety of crowds.
Yeah.
What's one principle that you take within every single performance, or like a lesson you've learned from all of these performances?
Yeah, not to think too much beforehand. I feel like at the start I was very Yaz knows, I was so nervous before I used to perform. I still kind of am, but like my legs would be shaking. No one would be able to realise that I was actually like shaking, but I feel like it was visible that I was nervous. Yeah, it was definitely visible that I was nervous. Yeah, not to think too much, to just go with it. Whatever happens, happens, literally. I think that's one thing that I do a lot. Like, I deep things too much. It's like I'm trying to see myself from other people's lens instead of just being in the moment. So yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, and I feel like as you kind of start performing more and you're growing your artistry and everything more anyway, you'll kind of grow into yourself and not worry so much about everyone else. But also I think the fact that you are shaky and you are nervous before a performance also highlights to you and to other people how passionate you are about what you're doing. Do you have any kind of like future plans or projects that you're allowed to talk about?
So me and Kiz Caprice, we're working on an EP or tape EP. Okay, so Boundless is potentially the name. Yeah, I'm working on that with Kiz at the moment. So that should be coming out like really soon.
Okay, and what's the kind of intention with this EP tape?
What I was saying before, like how I was experimenting and all of that, like it's more so breaking a barrier. Just experimenting. Like the songs that are on there are very different to like our usuals. Do
you have like any particular artists' styles that you're kind of getting influence from?
No, I feel like it's just ourselves, literally. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And you've done a lot of work with Kiz Caprice, haven't you, as well? Because he helped with the kind of creative direction of Ice Cream, with the visuals and everything. Yeah. Collaborations that you've had within Manchester, although you've had the American one with Craigville.
Yeah.
The Manchester collaborations, have they all been very like organic for you? Or
100%.
Have you kind of ever worked with somebody in Manchester that you didn't really know before? Or is it just everyone you've worked with you kind of have a relationship with already?
No substance. We didn't really know each other before.
Okay.
We met at one of my gigs. Yeah, from then we were like, we should do a track.
Going into that sort of collaboration or collaborative work with somebody that you're kind of meeting firsthand, how do you kind of tell whether they're going to be someone that you want to work with, or do you just kind of like go in for it?
I kind of just go off like vibes and stuff. Like from first meeting, I could tell like the vibes were there, do you know what I mean? So yeah, it went smoothly though. Everything went well.
Yeah, and the visuals for the whole set was incredible.
We did that ourselves, you know.
It's very early in your career, but have you got like a highlight from your career so far that is kind of like stepped out to you, where it's been like kind of imposter syndrome, but also like, I can't believe I'm doing this, like this is what I was meant to be doing?
Do you know what I would say? I would say looking at like my performances from before to now, that is what's given me like, wow, like this is what I'm meant to be doing type of thing.
Okay. The Layla Maria to Lay Marie.
Literally.
Okay. Amazing. We kind of talked a bit off camera as well about imposter syndrome already, and the kind of like when people are talking to you saying how well you're doing and you're just kind of like doubting a little bit. How do you kind of conquer that when you've got projects you need to work on and you feel like it can be a bit overwhelming with the imposter syndrome?
I wouldn't say like it's a lasting feeling. It's more so just like, you know, when you're out and then like at an event or something, they're like, oh, like you're doing really well, and I'm just like, am I? Like, do you know what I mean? But I know that I am. It's just more so I don't really know how to explain it. It's more so like the fact that they're telling me that, do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of reassuring at the same time though. That this is actually like what I'm meant to be doing.
You're going to London to study music at uni. It's a 3-year course?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you, please, to leave a message for your future self, because we're going to do an interview when you graduate, when you've done all your music stuff there, and kind of have a little recap, catch up, and see where your music career is at that point. So message for Lay Marie in 3 years' time.
Okay, message to Lay Marie. Keep fighting, keep doing what you love. Just keep doing you. Don't listen to what anyone has to say. Ignore the outside noise. You got this.
So if everyone that's been listening to this interview love everything about you, your whole ethos, your principle, how can they find you on social media?
Instagram, Lay Marie Music. Well, everything Lay Marie Music other than Spotify is just Lay Marie, all capitals.
So as you heard in that conversation, when I've been listening to Lay Marie's music, all the music she's been putting out, which, like she said, is music she wrote 2 years ago, which is really interesting. Side note, I do actually really like the fact that she wants to take her listeners and the audience and whoever is interested in her music and her journey on a journey with her music and can see the transition that she's going through. I really like that she's doing that with her music and showcasing her transition, and kind of it makes it more personal and more intimate for listeners and people that are interested in her and her music to see the trajectory that she's on. But does that mean that if she's putting out music now that she wrote 2 years ago, that it's always going to kind of be slightly behind where she is now, which I think is kind of an interesting concept, because the music she's putting out is stuff that she's kind of been there, done that sort of situation. So it's emotions or feelings, experiences, situations that she's already dealt with previously that she's putting out now, like after kind of having healed or gone through the whole process and actually processing it properly to then put it out to people. It's quite an interesting concept to have with her music, so I do kind of like that take on it. When you do listen to her music, it's very raw in emotion, it's very to the bone, it's very deep, and like she said, she does feel things very deeply, and it's amazing that at her age she does feel these things deeply and is able to describe how she feels in such a artistic way through her music at such a young age, which is why I think she will be really successful with her career. I also like the way she referred to Le Marie as her second alias, and that Le Marie has a lot more confidence, and even the work ethic for Le Marie is really different, and the fact she can see the difference in her identities, and the fact that Le Marie as a name and kind of as a character to her allows her to be her fullest self in a way that she couldn't do as Layla Maria. And that's quite interesting to see an artist doing that with their kind of character and showing their truest self through this alias. The fact that she wants to use her music to heal others in the way that it's healed her also shows her authenticity, and that her purpose isn't just to become this big household name. She actually wants her music to help people in the way that it's helped her, and I think having a purpose like that with your music is what makes you stand out and puts you in a different lane to other artists out there. So having this sort of purpose with your music, I think, is kind of very pure, and it shows that she is really thinking about what she's putting out there and the message she's using, I guess, to present herself. I feel like her answer about moving to London is very justified. She's just always had this gut feeling, and you've always got to go with your gut. So hopefully she's able to take some lessons from London and bring them back to Manchester and incorporate it within the Manchester scene. Or maybe she does stay there and is a success and is able to show London what talent there is in Manchester through her work. I really enjoyed this chat with Le Marie, and it was really interesting to see her insight into the world and how she views her music and the music scene within Manchester. I'm really excited to see the trajectory of Le Marie's career and the success that she has while she's in London and continues to have, whether she stays there after uni or not. Thank you so much to Le Marie for sitting down with me and having a conversation on the podcast. The ATA team wish you well with your career and your studies in London, and we will definitely be doing a second interview in the future to see how that whole experience was for you, comparing London and Manchester together. Thank you so much, loyal listeners, as always, for tuning in. Let me know in the comments what you liked about this episode and what you want to see more of. Hit the subscribe button, press follow wherever you're listening. I guess I'll see you next week. Bye.